So, hi. So I heard that you cannot attend a physical class. So professor asked me to record this video for you. So first you go to the MS Teams, right? You buy our class and go to the class materials and download the introduction and the chapter 1 clean. Okay. So after that, you will open the file for the chapter 1 and we also need to download some data and the course. So let me show you how to do it. So in this semester, we will learn about R and R Studio. So first we need to install R and R Studio first, okay? Sorry, so step, okay. So you can go to this website and download the R version for Windows, and you can also download for the MacBook as well, okay? And then after you download and install the window, yeah, like this, you can download the R Studio, okay? So let me show you. Okay, so click download here, and you can get the first one for Windows and the second for the MacBook, okay? So after you download and install R in R Studio, just open it, okay? So you open R Studio, right? Here. So as you can see, yes. So the step 1, you need to download the materials. Step 2, download the R in R Studio. And in the following weeks, we will use R Studio to connect with the R, okay? Because for the R program, we cannot use it directly, but we need to use R Studio to communicate with the R language, okay? And so, as I mentioned, we need to download the course, right, and the data. So you go to the Google and you search for GitHub CP122, the first one, and you choose, sorry. Yeah. So this website, and you click this one, and after that, you can download the data. Yeah, you choose CP122 and download zip, okay? So after you download it, you just extract the file, and then we can have a folder CP122 main, okay? So the next step is, let me see. You go to the R Studio, right? And you choose section and you set working directory, okay? We need to choose the location of the folder we want to open. And then you choose the, let me see. So CP122, right? We just open it. And as you can see here, this area will become the folder we are opening, okay? So you choose the first one, the lecture one, right? And you just double click. And you can see it will show here, right? Yeah. So let me maybe bigger for you to see, okay? So first one, we need to, because to use the RStudio, we need some packages, right? So that's why we need to run the packages first, and we use the function library. Okay, so you just click this one, the green triangle. Okay, so load the packages, and we need to clean the data because usually when we download the data from some sources, it's not clean, right? There are some problems, and we need to make sure that our data is good enough so that when we analyze the data, we can have the exact, more accurate results. So let me show you. Step one, we need to load the data, right? So we import the data. And as you can see here, how can we import the data? We can use this code, okay? We use the read and XLY because here you can see the file is tuition, right? And it's an Excel file. That's why we need to use read Excel to import the data. And then we just click, right? And as you can see here, we have the data division, right? So we have 52 rows and we have 13 columns, right? So the next step is now we want to check the tuition data, right? And as you can see, this is the name of the data for each column, or you can open this one directly. Okay. So the problem is that the name of the column should be a character. However, this is a number, right? So it's we need to change it to make it become a character, right? Okay, so here is the way we do in R. As you can see, if the name is a column, we have error, right? So we need to clean the names. Okay, so click this one, and as you can see now, we have X before the numbers. So now the name of the column become number, not a number anymore. It become a character. Okay. So the next step is, and another thing is, let's take a look at the data. Okay. So you can see that the data is a CHR. That means a character. However, when we want to consider the money, right, of the tuition fee, it should be a number, right? It should be numeric. So that's why we need to change from the character to the numeric. So how can we do it in R? So here is the code. So you can see error, right? Because 16 is not a number, it's a character. So we need to change the type of data from character to number. So this is the way to do it as numeric and 16. Okay. So we change the name of the column into a character, and then we change the data, right, from character to numeric. And finally, we can get the data is numeric. Okay. And the next step is we remove the duplicates. Why? Let me show you. As you can see here, we have the row 18 and row 19, right? They are exactly the same. So this is a mistake here, right? We need to make it clean. So we need to remove one row. So how can we do it? First, we check the duplicate first, right? So we click this one, and you can see there is one row is repeated. So we need to clear it. And to clear the duplicate row, we use the function distinct. Okay. So here is the code. So as you can see now, after we distinct the data, now only one Louisiana, right? So only one row now. So it means that the data is distinct already. So now we can check the duplicate again. And as you can see, the difference, right? Here is true, but now it becomes false. So that means our duplicate row is removed. Okay. And another problem is the row 39 is the NA, right? So if we keep NA in the data when we make calculation or computation, it will show errors. That means we have to remove the NA data first, right? So how we can do it? First, we identify where is the NA. So the NA is for the state Puerto Rico, right? So we have to remove this one. So we use this function, okay? Filter. So we choose the state is different from Puerto Rico. So this is the notation for different. Okay, so if we have like this one is equal, okay, and this one is like not equal. So because we don't want to choose this one, right? This one is a NA data, so we have to remove it. So that's why we choose the data only different from Puerto Rico, and then we click. So now let's check, right? So we don't have the Puerto Rico anymore, right? Now the data without NA. So the next step is one of the problem is, as you can see, this is the full name. This is like a short, right? This represents New York, and this one, anything else? Yeah, California, right? However, the data need to be consistent. So if you use the full name, every state should be presented in the full name as well. So how can we do it? So we use the function mutate, okay? And we replace, right? Replace. So the original one is CA. Now we want to replace by California and NY by New York, right? And then we click this one. So now we can check the data. Is becomes California already, and it also becomes New York already, right? Yes. So we use this function to replace something by something. Of course, this is a string or character. Okay. And another thing is we have wide data and long data. Okay. So what is wide data and what is long data? So another thing is this one. So how can we understand it? So you can refer to this slide to understand. So here is the explanation for this notation. Okay. Just a way to write course in R. Okay. So actually the lecture is really important. So when you try to practice the codes, you have to prefer to the slide professor providers. Okay. And yeah, so why too long data? So now, as you can see, the data is really wide, right? We have many columns. Now we want to make it become fewer columns. We only need 3 columns. So that's why we call it long data. And this one we have many columns, so we call it wide data. Okay. And how to make it become longer? So here is the code. You use the function pivot longer, right? And minus mean we don't consider the stack. Okay, so minus like we only consider the year and the tuition. Okay, so the stack you can see here, we keep it. We don't change anything here. We only change the from the second column, right? And we change the data. Okay, so we click, and this one, like the head function, will show you the first 6 rows. As you can see here, here is the first 6 rows of the data, and we only have 3 columns, right? State, year, and tuition. So this is the name of the second column. This is the third name, the third column name, right? So originally we have many columns, but now we only have 3. Okay, so this is the end for lecture 1, clean. And actually, professor provide a quiz for you, for every student. So you can prefer to the course here and try to answer the question quiz. Okay. And yeah, here's the quiz. And when you finish, you can submit to our MS Teams. I can show you here. Okay. So assignment, and this one, transform year column into numeric tab. Okay. So the deadline is next Wednesday, and you need to submit 2. Okay. You need to submit. Okay, wait a moment. So with you need to submit your code here. Okay, and then you need to submit the data. Okay, the result. Sorry, the result, not the data. Okay, so the code and the result. The result. Okay. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Okay. So it's the end for today. Thank you.